let's start the reading. Here you have the present current situation, the Two of Wands reverse, the Devil reverse, and the Ten of Swords upright. Well, what comes to my mind as a general message with those three cards is like you are having last minute doubts about to erase or to eliminate a toxic or very painful habit or person in your life. That is what I believe. But let's keep going, because here we have this underneath the Six of Earth and the Emperor reverse. About this one, seems to me like this is a family, okay? And it seems like there is problems. The Six of Earth is the Six of Pentacles, and it's a very balanced, well balanced in this picture family with all kind of good, with comfort. But here the Emperor is reversed, and I believe we are talking about the father figure, okay? And about this, it could be the both extremes of the Emperor when it's reversed, like abusive and controlling, or on the side of the equation, it could be someone who it doesn't exist. It's like there is a lacking of male figure in the family. But let's keep going, because those are just little brush ideas that I have here. Here we have surrounding you the Queen of Cups upright and the Six of Pentacles again, but this time is reversed. So I see the Queen of Cups is a very well balanced emotionally woman who loves to death their family. But here, if we continue with the idea of family, there is some sort of missing thing going on in base of her. Could be that father or that male, we'll see. And here, what is the approach we have? The Knight of Wands upright and the Temperance upright. A bold action, movement and balance. I'm sensing something, and I'm going to tell you once I'm done with those two, because here you have the Seven of Swords, the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is here. It is descent of the spirit, and it was the Pentecost day when they received the Holy Spirit. It is the beginning of a new transformation, a new you. And here is the Seven of Swords, also known as a thief. Okay, so let me tell you what I think. You know, I follow my intuition all the time. What I see here, I see a pattern. I see like you are still considering the pros and the cons about that. Because what I see all the time is the good and the bad, the opposite extreme of a situation. So let's see what the bottom of the decks they have to say about that. I know you are a little bit lost, but it's going to make sense, I promise. Here you have the Knight of Wands and the Temperance. You can see those two is movement and action versus patience and balance. You see, guys? Temperance always talk about to have patience, to do things in the correct order. And so keep it, and the Knight of Wands wants to take action because he's brave, he's bold. So you see, again, we have the movement and action versus the patience and balance. And what we have here is the Wheel of Fortune, and it's reversed. That is what is on the bottom. So what it makes me feel is like if you know, in your approach to the situation, to the dilemma you have right now, you should, you have to take action. That is a fact. You have to take action, but you have to really, really, really make a great plan, see all details that is implicit to this situation, because the Wheel of Fortune is like letting you know that in any moment things change in the blink of an eye. And in this case, it's saying, watch out because things don't look good. Watch out what is the decision you take, because what is coming based on your decision, if it is the wrong one, things are going to go very wrong. Okay, so you already have been there. It's asking you to think it thoroughly, because it's like you can be caught. It's kind of take the right decision, take a bold decision, see all minimal details that you need to analyze. Take your time, but take an action. Don't prolong the situation forever and ever. You need to put balance in your life, because something makes me feel, and that comes with this, something is missing in your family with you. And remember, this is about a general reading, so it could be him, could be her, and vice versa. But what I feel here is that this, and we come again with the opposite. The Queen of Cups is someone whose feelings and emotions are very well balanced. But here is imbalance, you see. So there is something, I believe there is something that is missing for this woman in her family. And when I see the super positive card, the Sun, what makes me feel is like she is missing that joy, that happiness, like that feeling like a free spirit, like if she would like more excitement or more variety, it's kind of the same routine, and she has everything under control, but that is not really what she's thirsty for, sometimes to have everything figured out, a nice house, and it's not everything. She needs more. She needs the joie vivre, that joy of life. But let's see what we have here, because starts to make sense. Here we have the happy family versus that missing father. I wouldn't say missing father. I believe the father is there, but it's like it has been taken. The main figure is like it has some sort of bad connotation here. It's like if his power has been taken away, not because it's not enough men, because they're kids. So the fatherhood is not in this situation, but maybe is his feminine side is more powerful than the male one. So she is kind of stronger personality, and she's kind of feeling that she would like to have a more not aggressive, a more manly man, And here we have underneath the Two of Swords, and is reversed. I still thinking that you have to take a decision about this situation if you feel that there is something going on in the couple. Because two is about take decisions and options and choices. Perhaps you still don't want to give up in that negativity, addiction or habit or person around you, but it's going to affect the family. You should, if you want to do what is right, but what is right? Well, you try not to harm anybody, but it seems to me that you have to put your thoughts together and really see the pros and cons as you're doing, but not play in double situations because you're going to have problems. With this thing, there is tension, I can say it. There is a stress about the decision. It's like the decision is breathing on your neck. It's like you cannot get free of that. So the suggestion here, the advice here is think very carefully about your actions, but do something and not prolong forever this thing. If you're unhappy with something at home, whoever's implicated, if it is your husband or your wife, let the other part to know what's going on here, okay? Because as we said before, you have kind of doubts, still doubts, if it is worthy the pain, of being detoxed. And it seems like it's like you are not seeing the present damage or the harm or the danger. It's because what you see in this thing that you have get as a helper, as something that let you coping with the situation, with your unhappiness. It seems like you don't. What you see is the immediate reward. You see it. It gives you pleasure. It's fine. It could be that person. It could be a habit, or it could be an addiction. I don't know what it is, but what I see is that you are acting like this, but you don't see the happiness, the good things that come when you get rid of this. That is in a future time and is painful. Meanwhile, you are focusing in what is right now, So I will tell you one thing. Here is a Page of Swords and it's reverse. The advice is telling you, don't be a rebel. Don't resist more. Don't go against what you know deep down that is the best for you, because you have been harmed here. Someone hurt you. Something hurt you. You already know the pain. And also, watch out, because it could be gossip. It could be misunderstanding. Let's see, but let's continue, because what we have here is the seven of swords and the Ace of Wands. And we have been talking about all the time about the good of the bad of a situation and the good of a situation overcome that toxic situation. We have talked about balance and balance all the time. We are talking about the pros, the cons of everything, about taking action, movement, and to have patience and balance at the same time. Guys, and here I have another thing. Remember, we have the Ace of Wands and the Seven of Swords. I mentioned before, the Ace of Wands in the tarot deck, in this tarot deck, okay, is the descent of the Spirit, is an action of receiving. The Holy Spirit has been given to them. Here, the Seven of Swords, you know, is famous. Is in the tarot deck is in this case is Jaela Sisera, and she took the life of a man. You know, it's taken or given. Again, pros and cons. Opposite, you are in a dilemma and you are pondering, you're considering pros and cons. And the last card in the spread, you had the Three of Wands, and it says the power of faith. Well, the power of faith is a card of hope. And I really mean it, because the Three of Wands is when things are already set in motion. Before the Two of Wands, you were considering, thinking, your thoughts were there, but maybe you physically were not there taking action of that. But the Three of Wands is telling me that although you have been thinking about that, you are going to go in the right direction, and you are going to take all the actions possible and not thinking more about that addiction or toxic situation or person who was keeping you unable to be happy with your people, with your family, with your partner. So I'm going to tell you one thing here, and I know sometimes it seems like I'm preaching, but believe me, I'm not. I'm just sharing what it comes to my mind, and I'm a believer, that's obvious. So I'm going to tell you one thing. You have to understand one thing in the power of the faith. God has control and power over everything, okay? But the devil, this one here, what is also known as Satan, has only the power you want to give him. Never forget that. You have control over him. And think about the immediate rewards and the long-term rewards. Okay? Just saying. I'll leave you these thoughts there. And the last but not least, we had the two runes, that is Urut and Deg, and both of them are upright. What is kind of confirming everything. You have the willpower. The changes are taking place. You are emotional already, but it's going to take a time to adapt to them. There is no easy. You are in a process of recovery. But you have that natural resistance that you are going to be able to just keep going, because your focus has to be in your total detox, okay, of the bad situation or the addiction or the habit or whatever it is. And here it's talking about how you're going to increase and the growth you're going to experiment about that. You're going to feel it. How you are going to see a slow but steady success, you know. You're not going to be ready for tomorrow, because it's not an overnight thing. But just keep a positive attitude and go for it, because that could be life changing for you, a turning point for your family. If there is no more influences here that take away your will, you are going to be focused on working with your partner and insert and include in your family what is missing. But you have to communicate, and you have to defend the privacy of your family like a lioness or like a lion. Don't allow any negativity from anyone, anything goes inside you. If you really want to your family, your partnership, your marriage to flourish,